As a younger age, never really gave a shit. Just my grandma arms kept me out of home. Nigga went to class, my football pass. Kept the burner stash, they ain't gon' catch my ass. In the Pontiac with the bad speakers. Back then, shit, I was in the sneakers. The fitted cap, sidekick, my same bitch. She a down bitch. Had a little daughter, glad it ain't a boy. Knew she bring me joy, so I named her Joy. She's on her head, then I kiss her lips, then I kiss her cheek, lay her down to sleep. Trials and tribulations help me through my situations. Little observation, stop the cops with confrontation. In the ghetto bar, and a nigga snitch, but I'm still dipping. Shit, I ain't tripping. I'm good, 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 I'm good.
I know I'm not perfect, but I still make the decisions that make my life still worth it. Yeah. And sometimes it may hurt, but I know what you see ain't what it's gonna be, cause I know my worth. Yeah.
Got a little older, niggas seen a lot of shit. Been out in Boston, even got to see the Knicks. I've been to Dallas, slapping 5 with the bench. Back to the hood with niggas betting on the six. Shit is crazy. Lil Tisha and Tamika about to kill they babies. Pregnant at the same time, and they think that shit is cute. Always running from the truth. Bigger dream they must pursue. And they babies wasn't in it. Just going about their business in the club. She off again. It's adios with the limit. VIP she dreams of. In the club looking for mean buzz. In a dress looking distinctive. Ass hanging, got that ass hanging. With the biggest baller in the club. Ain't got a dub, but she wants some love. Wasn't polite, but she feel it's right. Lay it down, then he dimmed the lights. Played it right for the night. I'm good, 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 I'm good.
I know I'm not perfect, but I still make the decisions that make my life still worth it. Yeah. And sometimes it may hurt, but I know what you see ain't what it's gonna be, cause I know my worth. Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss, but to know is pain. No matter what we reap, we still so the same. The concept of change is second rate to change. Either way around, the cycle still remains out my project window. Observing the wannabes blowing endo, shooting dice on the corner. Big homie roll up with his kinfolk, unfold a stack on them like what they hitting for. Slamming the doors on his benzo. He left the engine running, bumping something sounding like late 80s R&B. Trunk full of China white type of nigga ladies like known dope dealer. Money cash holes getter / stone cold killer. He can't sleep at night, his victimized piercing through his soul. He wake up every time his eyes close. That's who them young boys aspire to see. Underneath the palm trees, that's who they dying to be. But I'm good, I'm good, I'm good,
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
I know I'm not perfect, but I still make the decisions that make my life still worth it. Yeah. And sometimes it may hurt, but I know what you see ain't what it's gonna be, cause I know my worth. Yeah.
You are not rocking with Flyball Radio, the best in culture, the best from the world. It's Imperial Carter, the voice of hip hop, and you tuned in live with Flyball Radio.
Yep, and this is King Jordan, the Streets Poet. How y'all doing, bro?
Shit, we're doing good, man. We in the building like teenage children. what I'm saying, go harder than processing nipples and all that shit, man.
What's the word, Carter? What's the word, man?
Man, you know, not much, you know, in the world. We just discussing a few topics with you guys, man. You know, first off, you know, the celebrity world, man, it's funny because there's a few famous celebrities, you know, their children are getting scholarships and shit, and people get mad about that. Specifically, you know, Diddy or whatever, his son got a scholarship. He maintained a 3.5 GPA, and he's received a full ride scholarship from UCLA. And you know, everybody was in uproar about that because they're like, "Oh, he's rich. You know, he doesn't deserve the scholarship." Hibbity hoopla. You know, what are your thoughts on that, man?
First off, my thoughts is straight up pure hateration and niggerosity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe the words that's coming out this, you know, these people's mouths. I mean, this day and age. I mean, first off, if he have a 3.5 GPA, he deserved it hands down, even without the sports scholarship program. You know, second of all, that's just to show you how hard his father pushed him for education. And if he got a scholarship that he may deserved it, you know, 9 out of 10 times. Because first off, you need good grades in order, you know what I'm saying, not only just, you know, great sportsmanship and, you know what I'm saying, great athleticism, you also need great, you know, conduct that contribute to it as far as school, great academics. So, you know, people need to just stop, you know, pointing fingers in society, you know, as far as like, oh, the rich and the poor, the black and the white. You know, they just need to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, what you think about that?
I mean, I think if he legitimately earned on the scholarship, which he did, he maintained the GPA, he got good attendance and all that stuff, he deserves a scholarship. It doesn't matter what background you come from. I'm sure there's a lot of unprivileged kids, and they may not come from the same background. But if you work just as hard as you know, the poor little rich kid, then you will receive the same, you know, rewards and circumstances. Like as far as the scholarship is concerned, you will receive a scholarship as well. So yeah, he can afford to pay for it. And maybe it might be a good faith just to just pay for it and let somebody else have a scholarship. But at the end of the day, he deserves it. He earned it. If he earned it, then it is what it is. Nobody should be mad about it. You know, I know Bill O'Reilly was talking about it. He ate a dick. Other people, you know, in the news world were talking about it. So I just think it's BS, man. You know, his dad is an entertainer. Yeah, that's true. But like you said, he made sure that he pursued his education. He told him to get in school. He showed him the importance of education. So that not only reflects on Diddy as a father, but you know, as a man as well. So much respect and shout outs to both of them for making history and for you know, for his son under the scholarship, I should say.
Yeah, and you also told me, you know, that Snoop Dogg and, you know, his son as well, right?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. He actually earned an athletic scholarship to UCLA for football. So I'm not sure about his grades. I'm pretty sure they were pretty good. You know, I know Snoop is a bit of a stoner, but he's probably a pretty good parent. So, you know, I can imagine him, you know, enforcing those good ideals into his son. So, yeah, he earned a scholarship as well. I haven't heard too much of an uproar about that. I know his son is very good at football. So, you know, like I said, he deserves it too. I don't know if they're going to retract the scholarship or pay for it out of their own pocket, but he earned it. He deserves it, man. So, you know, don't get mad over it. You know, people are upset over nothing.
Yeah, man, and shout out to Sean Combs and his son, you know, and, you know, Sean Combs for being a great father, and his son, you know, for being obedient. And, you know, most celebrities, like, you know, if they wanted to, you know, their child or ride off of their fame, but this is not one of those situations, so I give Matt credit to it, you know. So, but either way, even if that may be the case, you know, he's still supporting his son. You know, he's still doing whatever he has to take to be a father, you know, and you know, through all the things that he earned, his achievements and goals, you know, making sure that your children is great. And you know, that's one thing, that's one of the bestest things that you can accomplish. So definitely shout out to Sean Combs, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Combs, man, I don't know if you heard about this, but Quincy Jones, man, he's going on his old man tirade, but he was mad at Diddy, you know, for not having musical knowledge as far as like being able to play an instrument or being able to recognize, you know, a B flat from, you know, a C flat or something like that. You he actually did the same thing to Kanye West a couple years back. He was like, "Oh, Kanye West is not a producer, hibbity hoopla, because he can't play any instruments. He does an MPC, and then like he comes in, he hires like an orchestra. He might have a keyboard player. What do you think about that, man? How you feel about Quincy Jones talking that hibbity hoopla about hip hop and Diddy and Kanye West and specifically?"
Well, first off, times has changed. I remember when they had live band synthesizers. From that to auto-tune, pitching corrections, and you know what I'm saying, like. And times has changed. Quincy Jones gotta understand that. From that standard, it just sounds like he's just one of those producers or one of those people that may not accepted the changes in these times. Music does not sound the same. I mean, of course, it doesn't have like the same, like as far as R&B music or anything that has to do with singing, as far as soul, blues, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have that soulful, way that it had back then. I understand that, but a lot of instruments, of course, people still do them, of course, especially like when they're performing like on concerts or tours or whatsoever. But in our era, we don't quite really use a lot of instruments. But I do feel as if music is important, that we should learn. Like as far as our notes, every good boy does fine, and FACE face. We should learn certain, especially the basics at least, music, because that's very important. And I think you still got to learn those things, and, to do certain, to work certain programs, beat machines or beat makers, rather it's the Roland MC 303 or, if you're still using beat machines, So what do you think about that, Imperial Carter?
I mean, I feel like the role of a producer is a very big role. You can be a producer and not even touch an instrument. And that's pretty much the role that Quincy Jones was playing in his latter years, especially some of the work that he did with Michael Jackson. He wasn't playing instruments on Bad. He wasn't playing instruments on Off the Wall. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play any instruments on Thriller. He might have arranged the track. He might have even went in there and told him, okay, like, give me a C sharp on this note when Michael Jackson is, underneath the chorus or whatever he told him. That's also the role of the producer. I know Quincy Jones played the trumpet. He's worked with numerous legends, but in that capacity, he didn't actually play any instruments. He was just the producer, the person that guided the direction of the music. So in that case, some could say that that Quincy Jones is not a great producer because he didn't actually touch instruments on those classic albums. But that's not the case. He is a producer. So being a producer has a lot of different roles. Not nowadays. A producer is the person that makes the beats, the person that crafts the sonic soundscape, the person that really is in there banging out the instrumental to the track or whatever. Also, the producer is an engineer, because a lot of producers, such as myself, we do our own mixing and mastering. So the producer is a complex role, and also, of course, like I said, the role that Quincy Jones was playing, the person that guides the musical direction without actually touching an instrument or an MPC or the role in 808 or whatever it is, the core Triton keyboard. The role of producer is very extensive, and it has many different titles and hats. So in this day and age, you really don't know. But I mean, I think it's just the old generation hating on the new generation. Diddy's he's an astute businessman, and he's made his mark in music history. Yeah, he may not know a B flat if it hit him in the face, to quote Quincy Jones, but that doesn't take away anything he's done, any of his accomplishments in music history, especially specifically for rap. So for Quincy Jones to really bash him and Kanye West and stuff like that, I think it just speaks to his age, man. I know he's about 80 something or whatever, and he's probably disappointed with the way music has played out in the last couple of decades or whatever. But like you said, times have changed. Everything has changed with the advent of technology and the internet. Everything is mobile. I have a mobile studio out of my house, and I can make productions that sound like they came from a multi-million-dollar studio. So with the advent of technology and the change of the music industry, yeah, a lot of things are going to be different. You don't need that full band that you used to need in the 80s or the 90s, or the full blown recording setup. The room and with the acoustics and the recording booth and all that other stuff. You don't necessarily need that. It's good to have it, to make more professional recordings and just to have professional atmosphere. But like I said, I have the ability to create that sound. I'm here in my own home, and so